What's up, everybody? Good evening. What's up, Satellite? What's up, Fury, Mizroy, PM Collector Boy, Arcane, Manic? Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. I hope the post-Kingsfield world is treating you well. I'm getting by. I'm hanging in there. I am tired. Life makes me tired these days, but I carry on as best I can. Good evening, Deep Thought. Good to see you. Glad you're all here. It's an interesting sort of day for me. My girls had the day off from school today, so but we mostly just like they had other homework and activities and stuff to do, so they had time to relax today, certainly. But yeah, they were doing stuff. I was taking care of chores and things. Good evening, Raldabor. Good to see you. And Lodra High, good to see you as well. Yes, Kingsfield ended last night. 6 streams total. It was a good time. It was a good time. I had a lot of thoughts about it. I had a lot of feedback that will fall on deaf ears because Kingsfield came out 30 years ago. There's not a whole lot of new lessons to learn from that old dog. But yeah, I had a good time overall. I am looking forward to getting to what we know now as Kingsfield 3. Hopefully not in 3+ years. Hopefully sooner than that. Then I got to run my Pathfinder game tonight. End of the session with the party, confronting the undead version of Goblin Chief they killed 4 campaigns ago. Oh, that sounds like fun. Callbacks like that are really, really neat. Don't know how to endure without big chunky polygons and gray-brown indistinct textures. Yeah, that's not what's coming up next. That is not what we'll be doing next. We'll be taking at least a small break from the PS1 aesthetic, I think. for my part, when I had some free time today, I just sank right back into some Grim Dawn. I'm so, like, okay. I need y'all to understand just exactly how pleased I am about all of this. My Nightblade in Grim Dawn is level 98. I am 2 levels off from the level cap. I'm gonna finish the first DLC expansion on the highest difficulty in 1 or 2 more sessions, and then I just do the other one, and I'll have beaten the entire game. All the main stuff. On the highest difficulty. And I don't do that in ARPGs. This is kind of like a brave new world for me. I know I've talked about this a bunch, but like when I played the Diablo games, I never made it to, well, actually that's a lie. I did get to level cap in vanilla Diablo 3 and spent some time there. I didn't really get like, I guess that was endgame. I burned out on it pretty fast though, once I got there. But like Diablo 2, I never pushed much past normal. For a long time, I didn't really do that in like Titan Quest or the other ARPGs that I played. So this is a turning point for me. This is a step forward. I've been able to actually like drill down and commit to actually getting a true endgame character in one of these things. Oh my god, it's Endive. Jesus Christ, I knew a guy who was arrested for stealing hay, unfortunately couldn't make bail. The cop said it was the final straw. Oof. Ugh. Ugh. Stop needling on it. The only ARPG I really did, there is one. There is... Actually, you know what? Now that I'm really thinking about it, there have been a couple ARPGs that I've managed to stick with through endgame stuff. There have been 2, actually. There have been 2 before this. I'm still, don't get me wrong, I'm still very pleased about this because Grim Dawn is my favorite. And Grim Dawn also has there's definitely a learning curve to it. It's a pretty crunchy one, so I think it was a bit harder to hang with to this point. I mean, I never quite managed it before, and I finally have. But yeah, actually, looking back on it, this isn't exactly out of the blue. I played Marvel Heroes, the Marvel themed free-to-play ARPG, and I got a bunch of characters in that. They had a prestige system in that, and I got a number of characters all the way through the prestige system, and endgame geared them and did all that stuff. The other one that I really got into and actually spent a long time, maybe the longest out of all of them at endgame, was The Division. I really loved The Division. I never played the second one, but the first one, something about the first one just felt immaculate to me. The game feel in that was just, it hit just right. I really like the gameplay and the combat and the gearing and just the look, and everything was just right about that game. And I haven't played it in a really long time, come to think of it. I'm pretty sure that was before I was streaming. I reviewed it. I wrote about it on my website. Oh, look. The Division only had the addition of... Hi, Chaos. No Chaos. I played The Division 2017 to like early 2018. So yeah, I was big on the Division before I ever started streaming. So yeah. Why are y'all talking about pouring salt in your eyes? Like what happened here? What's going on? Let's see myself out. Somebody stop me! Oh, no one will, I'm afraid. I'm afraid we're committed to this now. Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I don't know anything about this game. I know the movie, I don't know the game, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Why don't, chat, why don't I go ahead and remind you what's going on? Because I do have something extra to mention now that it's gotten rolling. But yeah, I'll finish the intro spiel. We'll get to the magazine. Who knows? Maybe we can finish it tonight. We are on page 76 of a 100+ page issue. We could maybe actually get through it. So tonight, of course, is Power Hours. Power Hours will continue on Saturday. This magazine's getting finished tonight or Saturday, one way or the other. Tomorrow night, a Friday variety night of some kind will happen. Still haven't decided what. I'm just gonna let it wash over me. Let inspiration take me where it may. No stream on Sunday. I don't stream on Sunday, and then we're starting a new game on Monday. We're starting something spoopy. The spoopy month is here, chat. I don't know if you noticed. We're already 2 whole days into it, depending on where you are in the world. So, I got some spoopy games I want to play. I know which one we're starting with. So we're going to do that on Monday. I hope you're excited. I'm excited. And speaking of which, finally got off my ass and selected somebody to run the October Community Night, and that someone is our friend Fury Fighter. The theme for this month is going to be your first horror game. Or at least the first creepy, unsettling game you ever played. So, should be easy to pick out. It's factual this time. So yeah, get yourselves over to the Community Night channel in Discord. Post up your first horror game, and I'll round them all up and play as many of them as I can on Community Night. Fury was also conscientious enough to ask me to throw mine on there as well. However, I'm going to wait until everybody has their submissions in before adding mine to the list, because there's a number of games that could have... I know technically there's one first one, but I honestly feel like there's a couple games that could reasonably be argued were my first horror game, and some of them are much more common than others. In fact, one of them was already mentioned by somebody else, so that's what I was expecting. So I'm gonna let y'all populate the list with your first, and then I'll swoop back in and probably throw in a much more obscure one. There's one in particular I've got in mind, but I also need to go out and make sure I can actually run it, because it's way out there in the wilds. I don't even think GOG has it. It may be a bit of a challenge to show you at all. So I have a couple games like that torment me. So I have a really unique kind of real-time strategy game called Stratosphere that I want to stream for y'all so bad, but I absolutely 100% cannot get it working in any way that OBS can capture. It's a huge, overwhelming struggle just to get to run on a modern PC. And then if I turn on OBS, like, it just crashes instantly. So maybe someday I'll work it out. Maybe someday some OBS update will even things out. But yeah. And no Shag Goblin Gangbang does not count, sadly. What's up, Shadows? Good to see you. Don't forget we've got a Next Fest this month. Or when the hell is it? This is important. This is need to know information. '13th to the 20th. Okay. Okay, well that's gonna be. Hang on. When? Okay, I can math this. It's not this week. It's not this week, and it's not next week. So it'll be the 3rd week of October. Okay, book that, chat. We already know that that's going to be a Next Fest. So. Hate enter useless key. I'd say technically I think my first horror game is Scary Maze game. I don't know, that's 5-minute long screamer prank is interesting. Yeah. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like, there's a couple games you could make the case is my first horror game, but like one of them would be like Super Castlevania 4. And for one thing, I don't think it would really fit in so well with the rest of the evening, and for another thing, we've seen it plenty of times. So yeah, I'm not gonna go with that. We gotta figure out which Friday we can do the community night. How many free for Halloween? Yeah, I think the natural inclination here would be to do the spoopy community night on the spoopiest night on Halloween night, which happens to fall on Friday this year. So, I suppose if any of y'all object to that idea, make yourselves known. First unnerving game experience I had being a literal 3-minute segment in Sonic 2. Oh. I was thinking your favorite cringe horror game. I don't react well to Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm too jumpy. That is a game series designed to torment and destroy me. I think somebody entered Resident Evil 2 like immediately so I can sit nominations out this time. Well, see, this is gonna be nice because I clarified. I helpfully clarified. We're not looking at like remakes or remasters or anything. So I have played through the Resident Evil 2 remake, but this will be a good opportunity to go back and look at the original Resident Evil 2. So if I don't mean clear beat. No, I don't, Shadows. No, I don't. Can we nominate the full what? No. Of course not. Absolutely not. That would not be a useful thing to do for a single night. Unless the remaster song was actually first. Yeah, exactly. I know, Shadow. I know. It's okay. We're all messes tonight. We're all messes. You should check out No, I'm Not a Human. I've been looking at that. That's a pretty cool looking game. Oh, the other thing. I didn't mention this in Discord. The other thing that pleases me about this this particular community night theme is that it is ostensibly retro themed. Given that most people around here are adults, not all, but most, it means your first horror game is pretty much by default going to be something of the retro variety. And reflecting upon it, I do believe most of what I'm going to choose to play this Spooktober for our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday games are going to be indie games. Like, far more modern, present-day indie games. So, it's good that we're going to have some retro representation there, after all. Would something like XCOM count? The game definitely freaked me out as a kid when I first played it, but I loved it even more than that. Yeah, Well, yeah, Fury's making the call here, so. but I concur. Fury has my concurrent. Yes, I would say that counts. One game that I could put forth as my first horror game, but I'm not going to, is Doom. Doom freaked me out pretty bad. When I first got Doom, I could not play it without keying in the invulnerability code, because the Pinky's inspectors in particular freaked me out too bad. I've always been weirded out by being chased by things in games, so that played on my fears particularly effectively. My first horror game is retro because 11-year-old Shadows discovered DOSBox and Abandonware. Probably explain something about my retro game face. Sound effects of your soldiers dying is pretty bone-rattling. Sound design can make a big difference that way, can't it? Impressive stuff. Speaking of impressive stuff, let's talk about The Mask, chat. Raise your hand if you saw The Mask. I guess this is a pretty good question now, because The Mask was, after all, 30 years ago. And I don't know if it's a movie that actually aged particularly well. I don't know if it's one of those films that really has any kind of modern relevance or anything. Mask was sorta kind of... I always kind of felt like The Mask was sorta kind of in a similar vein as Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Obviously not, not cell animated, not on the same level as the classic Roger Rabbit, but I mean, the concept is basically a cartoon brought to life, so. Want to rewatch it? I liked it when I was a tween. I mean, I liked it. I didn't love it or anything. It didn't. I don't actually remember the plot of the movie. I just remember all the scenes that were in the commercials and stuff. I know I watched it, but I don't really remember anything else about it, so. To be fair, Jim Carrey is very good at selling the living cartoon thing. I mean, that's basically what he is. Like, he made a very effective career off of pretty much being a living cartoon. Had age better than Ace Ventura, at least, yeah. I never watched the Ace Ventura movies. I think I've mentioned before, I've never been into that kind of, like, edgy, gross-out humor that they traded in, so was never for me, in fact. Sound design also gets you in trouble. I was playing RE3 OG and my mom came into the room expecting to see porn. Oh. I was a Cameron Diaz super attractive in it. All I remember is Jim Carrey gets a cursed Loki mask and slapstick kills the mafia. Cupid Pete seems good. Ace Ventura did not age well. Did not particularly like Jim Carrey. I remember my dad had a problem with him. He thought he was too wacky. He was too silly. But yeah. Oops, it's transphobia. They're very yikes-bitten Ace Ventura. Want cartoon antics in real life? Give me Beetlejuice. Yeah, Beetlejuice is a stone cold classic. That's one that I don't mind revisiting time and time again. Honestly, he was funnier in The Truman Show. He was good in The Truman Show. Like, I think he was very solid in that. I always enjoyed watching Jim Carrey, but I definitely liked him a lot more once he started mixing in, like, serious roles, too. I've heard he's excellent in the Sonic movies, yeah, which is hilarious to me. Second, that is the most biased person alive. Like, Jim Carrey, most of the time you need actors who can match his freak or play off of it. That's a good point. And I think a lot of these, like, for example, The Mask is basically just like the Jim Carrey Power Hour. I don't remember anybody in The Mask who was there for him to really bounce off of. It was just him goofing for an hour and a half, you know? Which might be why it didn't ultimately end up being that memorable or impactful. Didn't like it much for his loudly anti-vax during the worst of the pandemic, and that sure didn't help. Yeah, he's got some... Certainly got some questionable opinions. I think Robin Williams was still alive, he'd have been better. Oh, in the Sonic movies? I have a hard time imagining that, honestly. And Jim Carrey's a fantastic actor and good, if not flawed, person. He did start a fight with Mussolini's fascist granddaughter. Ben Stein had a cameo? Oh, God. I remember the days when Ben Stein would just pop up in things. When he wasn't letting people win his money. And before people knew what a right-wing douchebag he was. Robin Williams is one of the few celebrities I genuinely miss. Yeah. It makes me sad whenever I you know, see one of his old films or something, knowing what we missed out on. But yeah. So yeah, I think what I'm getting at here is The Mask was a big deal in the mid 90s. Like this was the thing that was on all the I don't know if it was on Burger King cups or Taco Bell cup. That was almost a terrible slip of tongue. Taco Bell cups or whatever. But yeah, commercials, merchandising and everything. Like this was the big movie of the time. And I remember that we went to go see it and it was fine, and that was it. 1 hour photo makes me wish Robin Williams did more psychological horror. You know, with all the random clips that YouTube serves me up, I actually learned Robin Williams played a bad guy on Law & Order SVU once, which is crazy to me. And of course, I had to click on the clip, and he was super good. Like, holy shit, he was good. I mean, I'm not that surprised. He was a fantastic actor. But you wouldn't really expect that. Ben Stein was a speechwriter for Nixon. Is that a surprise? See, I didn't know that. I did not know that for the longest time. I think people just kind of didn't really mention it until he started getting really outspoken about some really questionable things. And then folks in the know started circulating that bit of info, and then I was like, oh, okay. Have y'all read the Mask comics because they're insanely different? No, they're a horror comic series. The movie, like, kind of touches on that just a tiny bit. Like there's definitely scenes where Carrie's character or the other people that get a hold of the mask get like really dangerously unhinged with it. But again, you know, the movie is a comedy. It's meant to be like a family comedy, and it's all ultimately played for laughs. But if you're kind of reading between the lines, you can see a bit of that. Plays cartoon physics for full-on horror because it only applies to the one wearing the mask. Ooh. I only knew him from the quiz show on Comedy Central and Ferris Bueller. Learned about that when he was doing the quiz show stuff. No, it wasn't a secret, but you gotta remember, like, information like that didn't circulate as readily as it does now. You know, that's pre-Twitter. Pre-explosion of social media. So it wasn't as easy to make information like that as widely known to the people that it would be relevant to. I think that's a major thing that's made the modern era what it is for a long time people who would get upset about certain things just didn't have access to the information that would get them going. Programmer for this game used to stream on Twitch. Oh, no kidding. I think I was on Law and Order somehow. Everyone's done guest spot on at least one of the Law and Order shows. Yeah. When YouTube was serving me up a lot of Law and Order stuff, like I saw like Sebastian Stan was on one, Adam Driver was on one. What game is this song from? This one right now is Bassmaster's Classic. Before that, obviously it was Kirby Superstar. I don't need to tell you that. Because everybody played Kirby Superstar, and everybody correctly recognized it as one of the greatest games of all time. So, wasting my breath expositing upon this. He was last live 7 years ago. It is Bonozo Apps. Okay, good to know. Kyle McLaughlin, I love that clip. It's so fucked up out of context. Yeah. And he just like clowns on everybody there. It's so funny. Makes sense. The last one was definitely Curbs. Watch that kid all day. I feel like I'm the only person who remembers Death to Smoochie fondly. I was in that theater when I was too young to see it. Yeah, I think I've seen it. I think I saw it on like Comedy Central or something years after the fact. And it also just kind of slid off my brain. A lot of RPG music in this one. A lot of Square RPG music in this one. For some reason, I'm imagining, seeing the town with no name where the protagonist randomly shoots a kid and flies into space. That would Kyle McLaughlin. I don't know if the real clip could beat that. Anyway, let's refresh ourselves on this particular movie. Because otherwise, I'm never gonna get around to playing this and finding out if this here particular licensed game from 1995 is worth a damn or not. Action game fans will shout "smokin'" after grabbing a look at the lean green morphin machine. THQ has packed lots of running, jumping, and blasting into the mass, but there's also a good bit of detective work called for as you make your way through the six stages. I hope they have multiple parts. I also hope they don't suck. Life is the same for mild-mannered bank clerk Stanley Ipkiss after he discovers an old mask floating the river late one night. Psychologist Dr. Alfred Newman theorizes the mask depicts Loki, the Norse god of mischief. All Stanley knows is to release his innermost desires and give them the power to make them come true. I mean, beloved family-friendly actor who's seen be the murderer on Columbo. See, I wasn't watching a lot of film and TV from that era, so like I don't recognize so many of them. Main thing I know about the mass video games is that one Twitter post is like, it's great how video games are complete shit sometimes. The clip from a speedrun of the park level. What? Skeptical about the level of deduction we're about to see in the game. Well, I know they do. They do map breakdowns, so we can read through and see if there's any actual genuine puzzling here. I'm kind of with you. I'm guessing there isn't, but stranger things have happened. Load from Loki gives Stanley astounding powers. He can plow through bad guys by morphing into a tornado or zip past them with super fast speed. Both the super jump and the mallet can help him find hidden passages. Power-ups, the horn will stun crooks, while the high-powered guns help the mask get the drop on Hood's pack and heat. They do mention the comic here. Stanley first appeared as a comic book hero before morphing to the silver screen. THQ's game is highly faithful to the movie as Stan, the masked man, dashes off to woo the lovely Tina Carlisle and end Dorian Tyrell's evil plans to X out Edge City's eminences, including Tina herself. They got a bit too flowery for with the language here. I guess there's a bad guy who's trying to kill the people in charge of the city so he can take over. I don't think that's usually how that works, but I don't know. Movie logic. Smooth animation and colorful backgrounds help capture the goofy good-naturedness of a hero who has charmed millions of fans worldwide. Yeah, go for it, Shadows. I don't think any of us are going to be real precious about The Mask, either in print or on screen. Another modernization thing, Loki in Norse mythology was such a cruel psycho they wound up imprisoning for... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. The whole, like, what is it? Loki... In Norse mythology, they tied Loki up with the entrails of his wife and positioned, like, a snake over him to drip acid into his eye sockets for all eternity. Like, mythology is some fucked up shit sometimes. And yeah, Marvel Loki and all that is just kind of gloss over all of that. Like, let's not worry about that. Anyone know if there's a Shadow video game? I want to say yes. I want to say yes, but I don't know of it necessarily. Stanley is the protagonist. He dies at the end of the first issue. The main mask wielder at first is Catherine. Ah. And chosen one of his kids. Thank you. Thank you. In the comics, she kills Stanley and steals the mask from him. And you don't feel that bad after all the people he killed. Marvel glossed over a lot of stuff from the OG versions of the characters, and I mean, that's fine. I don't care. It's mythology. It's fair game to remix as you see fit. Like, I don't need anybody well actuallying the factual veracity of these mythological representations in popular media. It's fine. It's fine. Loki can be a lovable scamp if he wants. Loki can be a deep and nuanced character. It's fine. His wife is catching the serpent venom in a bowl. When she has to empty it, some will get in his eyes, and that causes her... Ah! Okay. Cool. Thank you, Lodrai. Thank you, Ms. Roy. Thank you, Arcane. I am so blessed to have not one, not two, but three well-versed mythological scholars in chat, ready and willing to correct me. And perhaps each other. I remember the comic being pretty decent if you like horror, some very dark comedy. I might check it out then. That actually sounds really cool. Works with this film, the idea being the mask where his personality comes out in reflection of his powers. Yeah, I think it's a perfectly good angle for what they're going for here. It's neat that they gave it some kind of grounding in myth or legend, you know, and didn't just make something up out of whole cloth. Let's play the game that makes an Australian receiver. All right, let's talk about the levels real quick. I'm not gonna worry too much about the items, but we need to see. We need to see if there is any actual detective in this, because they claim there is. Stanley puts on the green. He wants to make tracks from his boat. There's a treasure trove of power-ups on the way. These neighbors definitely don't like to be disturbed. Pound on cracks on the floor. Beat up couches. Lining the halls make terrific trampolines. Watch out for those pesky alarm clocks. Don't know where to go. Try super jumping in the nearest vent. Push up when standing before an elevator. Sneak past closed doors to avoid disturbing your surly neighbors. So we're trying to avoid our neighbors in this and punch hoodlums. Watch out for the bowling alley guys. And at the bottom, you have to fight the landlady. Huh. Wow, that's a huge apartment. These are some highly stylized levels, but I'm not sure. I'm a little concerned about how they may be laid out, how enjoyable they may be. Landfill Park. Huh. Alright, let's give it a try. Oh, I played this. It was bullshit. Great, Eva. Happy to hear it. Let's enjoy some bullshit this evening, shall we? What's up, Justin Brett? Game honestly looks good. I seem to remember being a and then you hit start game. Reminded me of one of the worst movies I've ever seen called Suburban Sasquatch. Mask, comma, the. Wow, that's Battle Clash music. I wouldn't expect that. Wouldn't have expected that. Green, alright. Black Pearl Software. It's a creepy mask, too. Cool, okay. Good presentation. Guess we're starting here. Kind of weird that this has a world map. Wacky. Punch. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay, so everything other than the boxing glove punch uses M power down there. Money. Money dollars. Speaking of Gen Con, Wizard of the Coast is demoing a game that has Sasquatch as a Civil War garb. They called it Gettysburg. Sweet Jesus. I like when he bonks his head. Wow. Okay. You smash it any wooden floor? No, it's got cracks. Hey! Yo! Fucker. Knock it off. I can't punch him. Oh. I can't really tell where my health is. Ah! The animation in this is fantastic. Like, it is a terribly good-looking game. How about how you have to collect enough money to get in the casino, so I guess they let you replay earlier level. Okay, so here, there's a crack in the floor. So I can smash that open. Endless supply of cash. Holy sweet Jesus. That's kind of insane. Oh, okay, up by the mask in the top left, that number 360, that's my health. I like the idea of messing with the environment at least. Yeah. That's some fantastic animation. This game looks so good, Chad. If I haven't seen 3K, I've experienced the original black and white in the mask, played very much more for horror. Fuck you, dude. Heck, your shares are in the Australian streamer. I mean, look, I can't help it. If game looks neat, game looks neat. And I mean, so far... So far, I haven't run into any issues. Some reason the final boss not beat it. This game wears out as well. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. But I mean, right now, I'm happy marveling with how good it looks. And it does seem like I have a generous amount of what they call it, morph power. Also, I just noticed these boxes, they all say this end up, but they're upside down. That's a cute touch. Why does music sound like some Portal radio stuff? What's our goal here? To get out of the apartment, I think. I think this is the saga of just leaving your fucking apartment. That elevator went sideways. What the hell? And making games of Son of the Mask. I forgot Son of the Mask was a thing. Where I'm supposed to go? I actually love this music. Apparently you can do that. That I was actually supposed to. Yeah, I think I'm going backwards. Oh, this is one of the windows I skipped earlier. If I remember the Nintendo Power breakdown, I need to get to the laundry room somehow. And I think that's the opposite of getting down to the laundry room. Maybe we're getting somewhere. I got extra life. The lead worked on the one PS2 X-Files survival horror game. Waste Stress is right. I love the walking animation. It's fantastic. Oh, here we go. This is where holy Please stop shooting me. Please stop shooting me.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so that was the first stage. Alright, from one apartment building to another, I guess. Lady reminds me of the one lady in Goldfinger with a giant fuck-off machine. Tell someone else knows what the hell I'm on about. I'm not ringing a bell. Yes, I do have mass powers. A button turns him into a whirlwind, and may also be like context sensitive with different moves and stuff. Speedrun spams the gunpowder to beat all the bosses. Well, let's see. How's... Ah, it's a screen clear. Okay. Can you go find Bond to infiltrate an enemy base with a kind of little operating the gate? She builds up most... Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember it now. This music is not nearly as jaunty as the last one. I feel a little let down. Me or the camera highly caffeinated. Yeah. That's because, okay, so platformer cameras have like, oh, I forget the actual term for it, but there's, so that's idle animation. That's me not doing anything right now. Yeah, there's like a bounding box where when a character hits the edge of that box, then the character like shifts and moves in that direction. The one in this game is huge. Like, I guess because the mask himself is such a big character on the screen, the bounding box for the game camera is very close to the edges. Wow. They put a lot of work in the animations on this. So, which is nice when you're going in one specific direction. But when you turn around, so, like, when you're jumping and you need to, like, readjust your jumps like you do in every platformer ever made, yeah, the camera goes kind of insane. Where am I supposed to be going here? Oh, that's a... Okay, that's an air vent. Technically. Oh god, those are moving platforms. I died. Camera perfectly visualizes ADHD. Hey. Okay, so I need to get back up here and then go here. Okay. Yeah, there was a hat there. Hat. Oh! Hat's a continue spot. Or continue thing. Checkpoint. Continue things are called checkpoints, chat. Did you know? God damn it! This isn't that hard, self. Hey, it's the dog. There was also a short-lived cartoon, yeah. I remember that. That part's not great. I don't love that. Those suddenly have a lot more health. The combat in this game is not great. But you also have guns, so it's like whatever. Oh yeah, I remember the part in the movie where the mask punched an engine for a while. Extremely faithful to the film. That was better. What do you want? What exactly are you video game? What exactly are you expecting here? Oh. Oh, I see it. That's dumb, but I see it. There we go. Oh, God. Kind of horrifying. Also, that wasn't a proper boss. That was a mid-boss. Kill the ball. Yeah, your mass powers regen when you're low on energy, which is really nice. Because, I mean, that's the fun part of the game right there. Like, please let us enjoy. Oh, good! So much fun, we get to do it again. They really, really, really want you to use your mass powers in this. Seems like most enemies are just really not scaled for regular attacks. Also, you can't attack when you're crouching. That's the noise you get when you try to use your mass powers without enough mask power. Hey. Supposed to be revenge on noisy construction where I don't know, man. I'm not 100% sure what they were thinking with this part. Whoa. Oh, I found a secret. Doggo. Dog, I think Nintendo Power said the dog increases your max morph power. So yeah, it looks like my max is now 540 or 550. 550. So that's cool. Oh, maybe your max regular health too. Game be ass to speedrun. Andy's a full heal. What the fuck? The enemies are none too bright. I can't gun them. Whee. No gun. What the fuck, man? Do it. Ow. He won't. What the hell? He won't do it. I don't understand why. Pull your fucking guns, bro. Eh. That's interesting. When he dies, he pulls the mask off. Well, at least he can start right from here. Hey! 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 Do you appreciate him demorphing from cartoon character boring ass man in his pajamas? Like, aesthetically, this is a really, really interesting game. Like, they really did put in the work to kind of capture the look and feel of the Mask film. Gameplay-wise, it's just fine. I think there's a cooldown on the guns. I don't understand why why it's so hard for him to pull them out. Like, he just won't do it. There we go. Oh, that worked. Okay. No, you have a wind-up, but even when the enemy, like, isn't attacking, sometimes he just won't do it. What's nice about this no endlessly repleted manky voice clips, the so clever lines from the movie, just boring old Foley work. I do think they could have done a bit better there, to be completely fair. I am getting kind of tired of hearing, hey, 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 every time he gets hit by something. Especially with how frequently it happens in this game. Thinking back to the Wayne War game. Yeah, good point. A very good point indeed. Holy fucking shit. Voice clip between levels might be alright. Yeah, I don't think that would have gone amiss. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do about that. I wish there was some sight gag with this tunnel in the background. Yeah, if you're too close to a wall, he won't do the hammer either. I mean, I guess ultimately... Oh my god! All right, chat. I think this is sufficient masking. I think we've seen enough of this. I think I've had enough of this. I gotta give him credit. I gotta give him credit. They did a pretty solid job on this. I won't say stuff like this very often, but I do completely believe Eva when they say it falls apart near the end. But yeah, that was, I agree, way better than expected. Can't be better than more vaccine. Wouldn't they all? Neurodivergent amount of masking is too much. So yeah, we were here. It's a bird, it's a plane. Now it's very late. No one's on the street except for a bunch of ugly mugs toting Tommy guns. Or is that one off-streamer struggle? He beat the whole game, but it was work. Yeah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed that nearly as much if I, you know, if I was put up to a full playthrough of it. So. All right then. We've experienced the Jim Carrey story. Now it's time to experience the Bruce Lee story. The soul of a great fighter. Fists and feet are flying when the great Bruce Lee takes on a bevy of baddies from Hong Kong to America. For this shit like this is game of the month. Acclaim continues his furry? Sure, why not? Furry of 16 meg titles for 16-bit with what? Wait, I don't understand the sentence. Acclaim continues its flurry of 16 meg titles for 16-bit with Dragon. Oh, I think they're saying in a very, very awkward way. Acclaim is continuing the long string of games, the long string of 16 meg games they're making for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, for the Super Nintendo, which is a 16-bit system, right? Yeah. Sure. It's bad. It's bad copy. They should not have printed that. 10-stage fighting game up for up to 3 players. What? What? Some intriguing variations and more compelling storyline than most. Based on the biographical movie, The Greatest Martial Arts Star of All Time, Dragon follows the life of Bruce Lee from his humble beginnings in Hong Kong to international superstardom. Bruce's quest is as much spiritual as his physical. Besides fighting a series of terrifying opponents, he must vanquish the ghostly phantom that has pursued him since childhood. Really? Smooth animation clips from the original movie and responsive game control add up to a game that fight fans will want to check out. Hang on, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. You would never in a million years guess what game this song is from. Alright, the playable characters are Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee, yeah. That's Stomp recreating a scene where Bruce Lee crushes a guy's spine. It looks like it, doesn't it? 2 players actually get control anytime the third player is mid-flip. It's not from Dragon, that would have been really funny. This is from Tsuri Taro, a fishing game. A Japan-only fishing game. About Bruce Lee. Part street fighting action, part mystical quest, Dragon begins with a terrifying dream. Bruce's father sees a gloomy graveyard where the masked phantom pursues Bruce. To protect his son, the father gives Bruce 3 mirrors. Each time Bruce loses a match, he loses a mirror. Eventually, Bruce has a vision of his own son being pursued by the phantom. Save the mirrors to give Bruce a chance to fight the phantom at the end. One of the best boss themes I've heard in a video game comes from a Japanese baseball band. The secret of Bruce's success is ki, a mystical power forged of self-discipline and inner strength. Bruce boosts his blue ki meter with successful attacks, but loses ki when his attacks fail. Bruce can also earn ki in other ways, such as landing the first blow in a fight. Earn enough ki, and Bruce can use one of two advanced combat techniques, Fighter and Nunchaku. And by using the techniques, Bruce beats toughest opponents, including the dreaded Phantom. Everything's about the Phantom, chat. The Phantom! 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 Follow the story Bruce Lee's dramatic life in the 1 or 2 player story mode. In match mode, you battle it out. Bruce Lee versus Bruce Lee in a series of bouts in the setting of your choice. In all modes, you have a choice of 3 difficulty levels, ranging from Piece of Cake to Arcade Ace. You also have a choice of 3 speeds, original, normal, and turbo. How are original and normal not the same? Fun fact, Bruce Lee was originally considered for the role of Kwai Chang Caine in the first Kung Fu TV show. Okay. Traveled Bruce from Hong Kong to American film sets in Southeast Asia, culminating with a fight against the... What is this Phantom bullshit? Alright. Follow his life through 10 fighting stages. Lantern Festival. The Sailor. Well, looks like we found a place where sailors hang out. Gussie Yang's Kitchen. The University Gym. George Wu's Gym. Golden Harvest. Bruce's... Bruce's Big Challenge, the Big Boss, Enter the Dragon, and the Graveyard. Huh. What an interesting idea to have 3-player matches in this. I mean, even if you are all Bruce Lee, it's still an interesting consideration. So yeah. In the movie, has a nightmare sequence where he fights a ghost representing his fears. Okay, I think they turned that into the final boss. I mean, final boss and like standing protagonist through the or antagonist through the entire game. It seems. Fair, another Power Pro game involves a storyline about fighting Cyberpunk Megacorp somehow culminates into fighting an evil fascist cult. Excuse me. It's been a long week, chat. And it's still not over. Alright. Here we go. Interesting, it's copyright 1993. Guess it didn't hit shelves until 95. But Captain, it's Thursday. Pretty good splash screen. I dig it. 1-player story game, 1-player match. High scores option. Okay. 1-player story game. Lantern Festival 1961. I want to dance with her. This one is mine. Get one of your own. She is one of my own. Even yelps. Oh, fuck. Whoa, what? Some interesting special moves in this. So it's a 4-button fighter. Looks like it's just lights and heavies. Ow. I think you played this on Master System once? I don't remember. You have other stances which you don't remember how to activate. Oh, you need a key to activate them. Yeah, I see the thresholds there. What? Oh, that was interesting. Jumping feels weird in this. I haven't seen many 2D fires where you can slide past the other guy like this. I'm kind of wondering. Now you can't walk past them, but yeah, you can pass through them with like flips and jumps and stuff. Okay. Lay in the background, can't believe any of this shit. This seems mostly based on realism for 1v1 fighter. The hitboxes in this are really weird. Maybe controversial. I feel like most fighting games, the arrows get jumping right. No, I think you're right. Yeah. So okay. I think this game animates well, and it's got some neat ideas, but like it's missing some really important fundamentals, and one of the biggest ones is hitboxes. The hitboxes in this feel really wrong. Is there a block? I can't tell. Well, I mean, obviously there is, because this guy's fucking blocking. Like, if it's back, like, you move too fast. And now I'm trying to block. He's gonna keep grabbing me. I recall feeling oddly stiffer off fluid at work looks. Yeah, there's a lot of, see, none of that connected. I threw like 3 punches while that guy was jumping in on me, and nothing connected. Like, a lot of this just feels terribly, terribly arbitrary. Oop. Those mirrors really should break. The enemies are spun. Yeah. That kind of pisses me off, too. Where, like, obviously, we don't have equal health bars here. Like, that's gonna frustrate me in any kind of fighting game. If I need to wail on some dude to do the same amount of damage he does with a single hit. Music is decent, yeah. Like, why are none of these punches connecting? What in the fuck? Attacking in this game is basically just a gentle suggestion. Please just stomp on their spine. These are all heavies, by the way. I've decided to just lay on the heavy kick button. And it's just not doing that much damage. This is a really shitty fighting game, chat. Like, really shitty. I'm sorry, what? So this is the Phantom they keep talking about. I mean, that's really cool. In concept, that's really, really cool. But unfortunately, it's in a really shitty game. So. He has faster moves in fighter mode. You need key to activate and use key for moves. What the fuck is that, please? Arcane, we read over this in the magazine. Dragon begins a terrifying dream. Bruce's father sees a gloomy graveyard where the masked Phantom pursues Bruce. To protect his son, the father gives Bruce 3 mirrors. Each time Bruce loses a match, he loses a mirror. Eventually, Bruce has a vision of his own son being pursued by the Phantom. Save the mirrors to give Bruce a chance to fight the Phantom at the end. It's the Phantom! It's the Phantom that they mentioned like 10 times on the first page. He just shows up, kicks your ass, and then that's it. I think that's essentially the game over. Like, the 3 mirrors are your continues, and when you run out of mirrors, the Phantom shows up and just murders you. Excuse me, well, I can't account for that when I'm doing my streaming. I expect clear attention to be paid here. This Phantom did not teach us to sing. He's a bucket. In the film handling Phantom in a creepy shit way, something like a burst in the mirror room scene from Enter the Dragon. We're gonna make a Brandon Lee joke and feel bad even considering it. Yeah, you probably should. Alright, yeah, that was ass. This is unfortunately really, really bad. It looks like the sailor grabbed a length of anchor chain before going ashore. He tries to choke and throw Bruce with it. As long as Bruce keeps moving and stays clear of the chain, he can win it easily. Or not. Wouldn't be the first time Nintendo Power lied about something. Moving on to Counselor's Corner. This is all shit we've seen before. Ogre Battle. How to befriend a character. How do I make friends in this game? How to get behind the walls in Zenobia. And Secret of the Stars. How do I enter Jeep Volcano? Which is like the first dungeon in the game. Like even my dumbass figured this out. How do I enter the city of Decatus, and where can I find a ticket to the circus? Yeah, definitely a cool concept. A shame that it didn't make it to an actual good game where people could enjoy it and appreciate it. Where can I find a ticket to the circus? Because I'd rather do that than play this game. Those are all pretty early game tips. Blackthorn, how do I avoid the spider mines? How to destroy remote generators? How to defeat Sarlacc? How do I... Basic game mechanic. How do I beat the final boss? And then Donkey Kong Land. How to beat the clam. Where are the hidden levels? There's some fast facts about Super Mario All-Stars, Earthbound, and Mortal Kombat. Okay, this could be interesting. Super Mario All-Stars. Is there a minus world in the game? No, it's only the NES version. How many warp points are in the lost levels? 9. Can I get 28 P-Wings after I finish Super Mario Bros. 3? No, they're only in the NES version. And then Earthbound. Which is better, the Casey Bat or the Gutsy Bat? The Gutsy Bat is better. You'll strike out if you use the Casey Bat. Can I stay at the inn in Moonside? Yes, but you must answer no when the innkeeper asks if you want to stay. Counselor's Corner being the precursor to shitty Steam guides on how to run the game by clicking play, yeah. Alright, from there we get to, oh my god, more Super Game Boy classics in Galaga and Galaxian. Brought back in time with Nintendo's handheld release of a classic for the dawn of video gaming. The year is 1979. Disco rules the radio. Dallas tops the Nielsen's. Excuse me. Oh, I felt bad. And grown men are still wearing leisure suits. Meanwhile, gamers go gaga over Galaxian, blowing quarters by the pocketful down in the local arcade on this hot title. Now you too can capture or recapture that Galaxian feeling by jumping into the cockpit. I can't believe they hyphenated it this way. Jumping into the cock. Pit of this arcade classic and blasting away at the fleet of alien spacecraft invading Earth. Thanks to Shadows for letting me know that Galaga is canonical to Dig Dug. Galaxian killed JR. I'm at 12:30 a.m. still doing HR stuff. Woof. Awful. Brilliant simple premise of Galaxian guarantees hours of arcade-style fun. A horde of alien spacecraft is invading Earth. Your task is destroy as many as possible. You have 3 high-tech fighters. You only use one at a time. So Galaxian was the precursor to Galaga. I mean, I know they're both basically the Space Invaders formula. Galaxian looks way more like Space Invaders. And Galaga at least has the mechanic of letting one of your ships get captured and then getting it back, which I really, really like. No one's to rest on their laurels. The folks at Namco apparently spent the following 2 years watching sci-fi movies from the 50s on late-night TV, hence their ingenious idea for Galaga, Giant Bugs Invader. Once more, you're an intrepid star pilot. This time your task is to exterminate all the flies, scorpions, and other icky things that go bump in outer space. Dazzling enhancements include bugs that fly in circles and spooky sound effects straight out of the opening credits for The Outer Limits. Fun fact, Galaxian is actually one of the most graphically influential games of all time. It popularized the way we render sprites with separate bitmaps, and its hardware became the basis for tons of arcade games from Pac-Man to Donkey Kong. How interesting! That's really cool. And I don't think I've ever played it in my entire life. Well, all that changes tonight, I suppose. What has it done lately? What has it done for me lately? Alright. Well, we're going to be playing this on Game Boy, not Super Game Boy, because I am not enhanced, much to Nintendo Power's chagrin. Chat show of hands here, who has actually played Pong? I have not played OG hardware Pong. I have played a modern recreation of it. That's one of those like sit-down table arcade machines where your paddles and the ball or the puck are actual like physical moving pieces on the table. That was really, really cool. I remade it in Godot. Not played Pong in original hardware. I believe my father has actually played Pong. I believe his father brought it home for them one day. And he and his brother sat down and played it for like an hour. And then told their dad it was boring and he took it back to the store. So. Alright. Now, is this under Galaga? It is under Galaga and Galaxian. Okay, cool. Boing. Boing. Pong original hardware isn't bad. The hardware broke down a fair bit. No, shit. I want to play Galaxian. Hang on. Gotta restart it. Wing. I think I played Pong on somebody's Odyssey too. Alright, Galaxian. Why did they build Galaga first? If it came second. Alright. This is definitely a video game. God, people must have been bored back then. Look. Video games had to start somewhere. And look. If we didn't have Galaxian, we never would have had Galaga, and I do love Galaga. Sounds like I need to pick up the phone. Jesus. Okay, now do it again. Without this, we wouldn't have Raiden. My wife's two best friends have Galaga tattoos. I didn't know they were that into Galaga. That's actually really cool. I'm definitely not that into Galaga, but I can respect the initiative. This sound design is not my favorite thing. Okay, it's the same goddamn stage over and over and over again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have Galaga. We don't need Galaxian anymore. This port fucking sucks. Isn't Galaga like super popular in Japan? Not that I'm aware of. I've never noticed any kind of unusual attention on it. I think I fucked it up. I think I blasted too many of them, and now I won't do the thing. The Game Boy could render space. Yeah, they really... This is kind of nothing. Yeah. Take me away! This is the Yoko Taro game. Challenging stage. Check. I can't handle the challenge, chat. Even with easy double mode. Is that far from an LCD game port you played? Yo, boy. I'm gonna die with dog squeaky toy noises. Ah, no! I'm gonna get bonus for going pacifist on the bonus stages. Oh, really? How tricky. Pew, 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 pew. God damn it! Arg. Yeah, not even a score display, damn. Challenging stage. Let's let them be. They're not bothering anybody, chat. All right, well, I'm with Shadows on this. This is a pretty crappy port. I mean, it is functionally Galaga. You can play it like Galaga. Galaga in a blizzard, yeah. I don't know. That's the space, the starscape in Arcade Galaga is very, very simple, but like convincing and comfortable. So it really misses something being just in a white void. Really doesn't help it very much. Aha! All right, we made it. We've arrived, chat. So, you might have been wondering about the "what color is yours" special feature that was promised us. Well, it's this. The Game Boy Play It Loud series had a contest that they advertised, God, like 5 or 6 months ago at this point, where they wanted people to submit an advertisement, a homemade advertisement for the new Play It Loud series. So these were the, let's see, top 10 winners. These are the top 10 winners. All over the US and Canada, budding advertising directors got creative with ads for all 5 colors of the new Play It Loud series of Game Boys. The thousands of entries, red and clear seem to be the most popular colors. You can see our top 10 winners created it loud using paints, pens, pencils, and computers, and themes range from comic to cool. Dozens of other great entries received votes as well, but just didn't have enough space to show them all. Part of the charm of the bonus stage is the damn music. Yep, definitely. You can see this having been a really exciting project for kids. Definitely, it's really cool. And they've got a really nice spread of concepts here. Like, this one up here is a very 90s approach where you're kind of like poking at the reader's insecurities, but also features like a 3D render of a Game Boy, right? This one uses a scene right out of current events. Laura's not working to the assignment, but I'll allow it. This one, I'm genuinely, this one and this one look like actual magazine advertisement. They're really impressive to me. Like Jerry Dillingham of Henderson, Kentucky, and Michael Livermore of Escondido, California. They got it. They understood the assignment. These here, the Clear Robot Man and the funeral for the old brick Game Boy, I just like the art. I think the art here is fantastic. Same with Laura Schumacher's submission here. I mean, this just looks great. It's just very, very pleasing to the eye. I don't think this one down at the bottom for the green Game Boy is laid out very well, but I like the concept at least. Artistically, this one might be the most impressive. Like, there's just a crazy amount of detail here. And this one is a good concept, if not executed particularly well. So yeah. Brian Shattuck drew weed, yeah. So yeah, definitely a neat exercise for kids, a neat contest. And it is interesting to see how some kids actually did have a really good advertising sense for the time. So yeah, that was it, yeah. That was, oh my god, my fuck, my shit. Magazine, you can't just do that, man. Oh Christ. Grand prize, go to Nintendo headquarters, pick up your own Virtual Boy. I bet nobody entered this one. Travel to headquarters, Nintendo America in Redmond, Washington. Take home a Virtual Boy and a selection of game packs. See what's happening behind the scenes at NOA. Play the latest games, test the latest products. Second prize winners also win Virtual Boys. Jesus. I guess they were running out of money for their contest at this point. Because, like, fucking just give the things away. Alright, I've had enough of that. Moving on to the Power Players Arena. Alright, challenge for Donkey Kong Land. Tom, a game counselor at Nintendo's call center, completed all of Donkey Kong Land in 36 minutes and 34 seconds. Please take some Virtual Boy's office, I beg you, holy fuck. Third prize winner gets malaria. Bust-A-Move Power Challenge. How many bubbles can you burst in challenge record mode? And Power Challenge for Looney Tunes B-Ball. How many total points can you score in one player mode versus the computer? I do like seeing the scores for stuff like that. Because some people just get insane ones. Alright, so what do they got? Star Trek Starfleet Academy, honor roll with a perfect score. Mario's Picross, can you beat 5:06 in time trial mode? Mike Bogenschutz did it in 1:01. Madden NFL 95 best world records. Jesus Christ. 7 entrants for this got 100-yard passes. Song from an RPG. It is from Bishojo Wrestlinger's History Story 11. I don't know. I call 36 minutes bullshit, if only because that puts him in the top 6 of DK Land speedruns to this day. Well, I can't wait to see what people submit later. I'll count wrestling as an RPG, sure. Okay. So we're doing. I'm gonna start off with some bust a move, and then we'll wind up with some Picross. I'm gonna try doing what they're talking about, challenge record mode. Let's see what we can do here. Not Bubs a move. Bust a move. This is from a game called Love Quest. Which almost surely isn't as sketchy as it sounds. Bub. Bub. Beedly doo. Challenge record. Go! Blurp. Florp. Ah, shit. It's all gone to hell, chat. Oh. Or not. Green, what the hell? Zuma is the superior version of this game. Shit! It's so satisfying when you can get a ball right where you need it to be, but it is the worst feeling in the world when you beef it. Hey! Wow. Surprised that actually worked. I'm surprised that worked. Shit. Oh, it's a snood-like. Ah! Didn't actually think I was gonna be able to do that, but still. I thought it was really called Buster Move. No! No! Ah, didn't matter. Ah! The agony of defeat. How was it just doing an early Android version of this game? Or like bust a movie if I suck at it. Shit! Seeing trick shots land perfectly is so satisfying. If If you're blessed enough to do them, I suppose. So I'm sorry, does challenge... Is challenge record mode just a score attack? Just a basic, like, go until you can't go no mo? Been second highest selling arcade board for 95 just after Virtua Fighter 2. Wow. Fuck that. Oh my god! Chat, I'm awesome. DS paddle was only for Arkanoid? Oh. Huh. He's starting to believe. Shit. Also shit. Oh god. Oh god. I started believing just in time to fuck everything up. Ah! Oh, wow. What a save. Wow. Holy fuck. Who we're referring to when they talk about the bubble economy. Makes sense. I thought they were talking about bots. Oh no. Recall the arcade version having proper levels. I think the normal game has proper levels, but we're doing challenge record mode, which apparently, you know, doesn't. I know. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh, fuck. Started to believe a little bit less. This has been going on for a while. Yes, I can, actually. Yes, I can, actually. Because, yeah, this isn't gonna end. I am simply mathematically too good at this game, chat. So, I really should have mercy upon your souls and move on to something else. Like Picross! Picross is surely the answer. Kinda weird it never goes faster in this mode, yeah. Alright, well. Hurry up, I think not. I think not. I think I've done all the hurrying I'm gonna do. Okay, let's Picross. I don't play as much Picross nonogram stuff as I used to, but I will still load up a puzzle now and then to keep my skills sharp. I still can't get over how threatening this game's aura is. Literally playing an online Picross generator right now. Alright. Select a problem. Alright, what do we got? Alright, well, this is nothing. This one has to be laid out like this. That's the only space you got for that. That'll go there. Mario's gonna kill you with Picross is what that tells us. Let's see, this is 8. Also 8, 9, and 10 respectively. So that one's... This has got to be part of the 4 here, which means these can't be anything, which means that's like that. That all connects up. The bottom bit is done. Alright, that's a 4. That's got to be connected. That's 11. Oh, nope. Not there. 4 and 2. That. This one's actually done. Oh, no. That one's actually done. That's filled in. That's 2, so it's gonna be like that. Oh, this has to be 9 and 3, so it's gotta be like this. That was picked across and just stream on Sundays. Oh my god. That was terrible. Little Olivia on the breakfast from Yum. No worries. There. That's all blocked off. That's your 3. That's your 2. Chat, what is it? Can you figure it out? Can you solve the puzzle? Like Yom Kippur. It's a cow! It's a bowl! It's like halfway there. That puzzle was bowl! Well, that's a load. Alrighty. Alrighty, well. 9's guaranteed this, and these are 1s, and these are 2's, which actually cuts right across the middle. Perfect. That means this is that 7, and that means this whole top is done. Like, that is it. Do not misgender the poke. I apologize profusely. I am so sorry. Alright, so 7. Oh, and that narrows this down. Floating mohawk with floating ears. Really long floating ears. All this has to be filled in. Yeah. This top bit is done. This one's done too. In it. It's a Hank Hill ass flat. If somebody's scored this, they have to play it at those Nintendo at the Symphony concerts. That'd be really cool. I would enjoy that. Five. Block that off. It's very. Oh my god. That is reasonable without confusing this. Chat, I believe. Oh man, it might be a controller. Yeah, I think it might be a controller. Sorry, the L control has 3 vertically oriented face buttons and made for aliens and long phones. It's not done yet, bro! Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, see? See? This is actually done. This is actually done. And then the only things that can go here are these. These are done. It's a little weirdly balanced, but yeah. Congratulations! It's a controller! Alright, well, nothing over here. The controller face button's not so big. This one is not quite symmetrical, but it is close. Okay, this has to be 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. And that's gotta be like that. 8, 9. 10 line up in the middle of rare yet. That's the serious always wrong. The weird chode balls. That look terrible. Incorrigible. Figuring out what degree of penis all nonograms are is like figuring out what degree of assholes text broke. Alright, well hang on, because this is filled in. This can't be anything. That's that, and then that's a 1. That's also a 1. And a 6. This one's done. Pattern seeking part of our brains is always looking for pictures of dongs. Thanks, evolution. However would humanity ever find what it truly seeks? Didn't do that. Ah! Fat fingered. It's boobies! It's boobies! This is an X-ray view of an ass. Chat, y'all terrible at this. Oh, crap. Actually went down there. Okay, cool. Hadn't sussed all that out yet. 6. A schooner idiot's a sailboat. Looks kind of like an onion to me. I was an ogre. Onion. Alright, last puzzle for the evening. See, ogre. Nothing is ogre. Little pile of shit. It's a poop. Ogre till it's ogre. First we go from asses to what comes out of asses. Amazing. In it. Truly, this is progression. This is civilization, chat. Now imagine a grief game about Picross and laugh my ass off at the idea of uncovering absurdly depressing scenes by it. I always thought you could make a pretty solid horror game out of a Picross game. You need a really good sense of what kind of patterns would freak people out, though. Made 10 years ago, it'd be unironic. First time playing Picross, discovered their parents died or something. Victory fanfare, but it just says your parents died. Six, 8, 8, 2. The hair clown of it. That's done. Industrial sewing machine. I must go through the group about stumbling on Goombas by Picross. This screen visage with thousands shattered block codes. I think it's a skull and crossbones. It's a weird poop. Pirate flag is skull and crossboners. That's that. The Picross is a metaphor for death. This concerns it. Oh my god. Alright, what am I missing? Wouldn't download Castle, he Wario. Wario, you piece of shit. That was it. Game where the protagonist summon things into reality by nonogram. Kawaii skull. That's a pretty good design, honestly. I like that. Looks good. They got one bone over the other bone. Okay. That is enough for tonight, I think. That is enough Picrossing for one. Alright, moving on to now playing. Question. We have 30 minutes and change left in the stream. If y'all don't really care about revisiting the stuff from this magazine, we can go ahead and zoom through the now playing. Or if you want to go through this really slowly and granularly, we can save it for Saturday. I say do zoomies. That would be my inclination, just because there wasn't really anything super notable in this issue. And we played pretty much anything that was already. Night or last week. A multi-stream Picross quest, like your epic fight with GB Donkey Kong. I like it. I like it. Nintendo Power 3 just doesn't... You're goddamn right I don't want to play Dracula X. You kidding me? I mean, y'all can still request stuff as long as it's not like everything. Well, I mean, okay. There's 4 games on this page. We've already played Dragon and Galaga tonight. Yeah, and we have played both Dracula X and Doom multiple times, so let's go for it. Let's see if we can finish the magazine tonight, chat. I'm gonna still read through these, or at the very least skim them. Definitely gonna read the ones on Dracula X and Doom, so I know how they evaluate them. And Dracula X's pluses and minuses are really short. Doom's are really, really long. Simon Belmont returns to Super NES in his legendary role as Tenacious Vampire Hunter in all-new adventure. Wrong! Fucking wrong as hell, Nintendo Power. This is Richter. And I think you even got it right in your actual feature here. First Castlevania game for the NES became a hit overnight. Konami is stuck with its tried and true formula. The formula includes Vampire Hunter with a whip, who also uses secondaries, 3 NES games, 2 Game Boy Adventures, and 1 previous Super NES title. All feature excellent graphics and music and always provide players with a great challenge. Castlevania Dracula X, the next installment. Don't expect great surprise in Dracula X. Konami kept the classic look and feel. Their earlier games will make small innovations here and there. Some of the graphical effects, especially in the background, add a glitzy veneer to the basic action. Artists also managed to add a sense of depth through skillful shading and use of perspective. As for the enemies, many of the skeletons, Medusans, fishermen, and other reprised roles from previous games. Action leads you through 7 stages of danger with lots of... Yeah, okay, whatever. Positives. Classic Castlevania, game design, good graphics, good challenge. Negatives, music varies in quality, small hero character. You, kind of leaving out some of the most important parts here. Good challenge, at least balanced Consolvania, yeah. Yeah, this is not a good estimation of Castlevania Dracula X. And this is not because we live in the future and we know better. I bought Castlevania Dracula X as a wee lad and discovered that it was ass. So, Nintendo power just blowing smoke here. Doom from Williams, chat. Bloodthirsty aliens have invaded the moons of Mars. Trying to stop them may lead to your... well, you know. One of the most successful PC games of all time makes its Super NES debut in a huge 16-megabit game pack. Extra processing power courtesy, of course, the FX2 chip. A Richter is the size like a Street Fighter character, minus points. Williams Entertainment, id Software, and the programmers of Sculptured Software who carefully recreated both the look and playing speed of the PC game deserve a lot of credit. First-person perspective uses polygons and texture maps to create 22 stages of high-energy shooting action. All the bosses from the original Doom be included, although 6 stages were cut due to a shortage of memory. Still, this is the best Doom for video game system currently available. Gameplay is on Phobos, Distress Call, Karma's Bribe, Stay Behind, Now Alone. Thus begins a game of hunt or be hunted as you move through the alien-infested corridors, searching for weapons and driven by revenge. Because of all the spilled blood, Doom received a mature rating by the IDSA, suggesting that it is suitable for players 16 years of age or older. Doom has its share of blood and guts, but the mature rating seems harsh when compared to the teen ratings earned by other hack and slashers out this year. Positive, excellent game design, good but bloody graphics, fast scrolling, great sound effects and music, challenging and fun. If you've never played Doom, you're missing out on an experience that will shape the future of video games. They knew what they were talking about here, chat. They did recognize the watershed moment that was Doom. However, several of the stages from the original Doom are missing. The graphics aren't quite as good as they are on a good computer monitor. If you've already thrashed Doom on your PC, this game won't provide any new thrills. Obviously, they're not going to get into the frame rate issues when it's their own technology powering this. But other than that, a fairly even-handed estimation there. Bullshit it was, the Jaguar port was already out by then, whips this version's ass. Then again, who the hell owned Jaguar? Yeah, nobody. Fucking nobody. There was no way for Nintendo Power to even know, honestly, that the Jaguar version of Doom was better, because fucking nobody played it. Dragon the Bruce Lee story. Blah, 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 blah. One-player game holds few surprises. Biggest innovation as part of the game is you can use better moves to build up enough experience points. They don't even mention the Phantom. Some unique options and tactics for a tournament fighter, fun for up to 3 players, fairly challenging even the one-player mode. The graphics are nothing special, although some of the moves are cool. Huh, I got... What the fuck, kick some Buddha? Yeah. Some, Not the cultural sensitivity that we've come to know and expect. What game is this from? This is from... Sansara Naga 2. This is the Sky Palace theme. PS1 port came out a couple months later anyways and had Doom 1 and 2. Wow. Power of CD-ROMs. Galaga Galaxian. The plot behind Galaga, nobody gives a shit. I'm sorry, I'm a plot guy. Plots in my video games are very important. There is no plot in Galaga, shut the fuck up. And again, they start with Galaga and then transition into Galaxia. Great reproductions, excellent use of Super Game Boy enhancements, 2-player modes, simple repetitive play, although fun. No. No, actually. Not great reproductions at all. Golf! Hit the links to the Virtual Boy in the most realistic golf game that never leaves a divot. Virtual Boy Golf uses some of the same excellent features, including the curved swing meter and gridded putting surfaces. Best part of the game is the sense of control. I guess the interface is pretty good in this. Good sense of 3D excellent controls, only one course. Only one course isn't really the biggest knock against a golf game. It's kind of almost standard, at least for console golf games at the time. I still think it's a really shitty golf game, personally. Might just be me. Killer Instinct. The smash hit from the arcades comes home. Their awesome ripping killer pack with Super NES, who says miracles don't happen. Phenomenal graphics of the arcade are reproduced with only small losses in background animation and frame rate. Play control will take a bit to master. Yada yada yada. The best tournament fighting game ever for the Super. All right. Nintendo Power claims that Killer Instinct is the best tournament fighting game ever for the Super NES. Agree to disagree, I suppose. That just seems like bald-faced hyperbole there. What about Clay Fighter? Deep Thought, you make a good point. Even Game Boy Golf had 2 courses. Street Fighter 2 is the best arcade fighter. On Super NES, I think there are cases to be made for Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Mortal Kombat 2. I feel like most people would point to those as the standouts on the system before Killer Instinct. Now, we do live here in the future after Killer Instinct was released both on Super NES and N64. So I imagine when most people look back on Killer Instinct now, even if they do consider it one of the greatest fighting games of all time, they're probably thinking about the N64 version. So, yeah, this is a specious claim at best. Excellent graphics, challenge, fun sound. Oh, they're shooting their shot, chat. The Super NES game of the year. I wouldn't call Killer Instinct bad, but best of all time on system to stack. Yeah, just eroding what credibility they have left. Is anyone thinking that? That's a good question. Again, I'm not. I kind of am tangential to a lot of the FGC here. I know a bit about it, but I'm not really an expert on it. I don't really know how classic Killer Instinct is regarded in relation to other classic fighters, specifically like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I mean, obviously, Killer Instinct didn't have quite the lasting legacy that Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat did. It did get a revival, like, what, a decade ago on Xbox Live Arcade, right? But, I mean, we're on... we're on the 6th mainline Street Fighter and the 12th mainline Mortal Kombat, so there's only been 3 Killer Instincts. So Killer Instinct is fun. Yeah, it's one of those that never really clicked with me, so I can't really speak on that. I'm certainly not going to denigrate it. It may not have the same legacy that some of these other titles do, but it still has a legacy. You have to kill the final boss with an air attack to push him into a pit, really? I think people generally liking the reboot as a following. It's not an all-time amazing great. Yeah, kind of the impression that I've had. Anyway, regarding The Mask. Synopsis of movie. Different weapons. Each stage takes either a maze of enemies and obstacles, some of which are taken from the movie, like the annoying alarm clock in Stanley's apartment building. Fighting action tends to be very simple with very little AI. The fun comes from trying to find your way through the maze, collecting bundles of bucks and other power-ups, and defeating the occasional mini-boss. Smoking great animation that brings the character in The Mask to life. Some great comic moves taken from the movie. Good sound. Simple AI for enemies. Some maze areas are confusing. For once, I agree 100% with Nintendo Power here. The Mask certainly wasn't bad. It trades heavily on its animation and sound design. But yeah, brawling is not this game's strong suit, and yeah, the levels are not the easiest to navigate. Feel bad about the reboot. It was really well liked, and then Amazon promptly immediately bought the studio behind it and killed them. So Iron Galaxy took up the rest, and a sequel never happened. So, gotta be a full list of all the fighters on the SNES somewhere. I bet KI isn't at the top. I mean, game rankings are always going to be extremely arbitrary, but I think fighting game rankings more than most. You may be able to get a majority of people polled to say Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Mortal Kombat 2 are on top. And they probably trade first and second place depending on who you ask, but yeah. You know, there are die-hard adherents out there for shit like Brutal Paws of Fury, so. Sugar Alpha 2 even had a pretty decent SNES port. Probably rank a bit higher than Killer Instinct. The Alpha series is interesting because, like, the people who know about it tend to rave about it, but I do have to question how well known, how successful the Alpha series was alongside the main games. I think you make it Killer Instinct the top 10, below MK2 and 3, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, below Street Fighter Alpha 2. Alright, NBA Jam Tournament Edition on Game Boy. Very good play control and graphics, passwords, secret codes, no Super Game Boy enhanced features, for shame. And no 2-player option. Did any of the SNK sort of crossover things make it onto the SNES? You're talking about King of Fighters, and I don't believe so. I believe KOF was consigned to the Neo Geo at this point. Garage Lore, thank you so much for the raid. How you doing tonight? Pardon me while I look up some information on SNK games here. List of SNK games. Okay. I want by release date. What of SNK's offerings made it to Super NES here? Friends of Affinity, Chris reporting. Oh, nice. I love Chris. Hope y'all were having a good one tonight. What were y'all up to? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 demake for the NES one. I'd be kind of shocked if it didn't already exist, frankly. Okay, the way they have this arranged is not very helpful for... Oh, wait, no, we got it. Okay. Chris Gill, franchise scenarios for a sleep demon. Dark Cloud, nice. Okay. SNK games on Super NES included the first two Art of Fightings, Fatal Fury, Fatal Fury 2, and Fatal Fury Special, King of the Monsters 1 and 2, Sam Show, Sengoku Densho, Super Baseball 2020, World Heroes, and World Heroes 2. Did like the Fatal Fury? Oh, of course they count. Of course they count. But yeah, King of Fighters. Well, I mean, the first King of Fighters was what, 94? So, yeah, that would have been a little late. Yeah, 94 is the first one. Mainly, I kind of forgot SNK games came to SNES. I think of the Neo Geo as the SNK. Well, yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Once they had the Neo Geo out, they just put all their games on there. But they did, I gotta say, they ported a surprising number of them to other consoles. Didn't know NBA Jam was on the Game Boy? Yeah, it's a perfectly serviceable version of it. I was not an NBA Jam kid. I didn't have it. And then through these streams, I played, if anything, too much NBA Jam. So. Oh, okay. Now here's something for you. Here's something you might not realize. None of the KOF games made it to Super NES. But they did make it to Game Boy. KOF 95 and 96 are both on the Game Boy. Along with Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, Sam Show 1, and Sam Show 3. They skipped over 2 for some reason. And of course, the perennial classic World Heroes 2 Jet. Yeah, the Fatal Fury games, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, King of the Monsters, Sam Show 1, and World Heroes made it to Super NES. If your SNK was doing decent handheld fires on Neo Geo Pocket Color around the late 90s, I wonder if a few of them report those. Oh, they probably are. That's a really good point. Because I know Samurai Showdown on Game Boy has a very similar aesthetic as the Neo Geo Pocket games. Which King of the Monsters was playable. Huh. Oh! They did put King of Fighters on Sega Saturn and PlayStation. So I think that's what happened. By the time they were doing King of Fighters, I think it looked to them like the SNES's time was over. And I guess they weren't really considering the N64. So they went to the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation with the King of Fighters series. Yeah, I really like this the SD look of Neo Geo Pocket games. Maybe... How many games were there on Neo Geo Pocket? By the end of the 90s, Capcom would start using Naomi to power stuff like Street Fighter Alpha 3 and MVC 2. here. I want a quick look at this. How many games did you have? Oh my god. So there was the Neo Geo Pocket and the Neo Geo Pocket Color, right? Neo Geo Pocket had 9 games. 9. They didn't even make it to double digits. Neo Geo Pocket Color got 73, which I don't think is exactly out of line for how prolific the Neo Geo systems were, but yeah, damn. Neo Geo Pocket had Baseball Stars, King of Fighters R1, Melon Chan's Growth Diary, Neo Cherry Master, Neo Geo Cup 98, Pocket Tennis Puzzle Link, Samurai Showdown with an exclamation point, and Shogi. This game was $305, they made their money back. How many did the Virtual Boy end up scoring? 22, I think. So the Neo Geo Pocket had fewer games than the Virtual Boy. Okay. I think there's a pretty good reason for this, frankly. The monochrome Neo Geo Pocket was released in 1998. What the fuck? The Neo Geo Pocket was released in October of 98. The Neo Geo Pocket Color was released in March of 99. 5 months apart. Huh. So I guess if I was going to look at these, I'd probably do a Neo Geo Pocket Color Odyssey and just mix in the 9 Pocket games, because it was backwards compatible. How many games does the Wonder Swan and Wonder Swan Color have? That's a good question. Wonder Swan. Let me see. Game library. No, I just need a number. Thank you. 109 games for the original Wonder Swan. 91 for Wonder Swan Color. I wonder why SNK ate shit for most of the late 90s and early aughts. I wonder. Alright, anyway, chat, let me get back to the magazine before we run out of time tonight, because I do want to finish getting through this. Alright, did we talk about NBA Jam Tournament Edition? Pre-standard. Very good play control and graphics, password, secret codes, no Super Game Boy enhanced features, no 2-player option. I'm actually genuinely kind of surprised they didn't Super Game Boy enhance NBA Jam. Seems like it'd be an easy thing to do. Wonder Swan has some legit interesting games on there, like a handheld port of Clock Tower. I really do want to check out the Wonder Swan. I found out early in my gaming life that Wonder Swan actually got versions of a lot of games I was interested in at the time, most notably Final Fantasy. The idea of being able to play a full-featured Final Fantasy game on a little handheld at the time was kind of mind-blowing for me. And I would be curious to see what those versions are like, so, yeah. I shouldn't be thinking about this, chat. Committing to a game system odyssey is a big commitment. We've been doing the Master System for so long already. Also, a remake of Saga 1 and Romancing Saga. Wow, really neat. Primal Rage, Time Warner. On Game Boy, recreates the look and feel of the arcade game. Sort of, kind of, maybe. On the small screen, there's no sign of human supporters, the two fighting gods. They're probably off playing the Super NES game. The finishing moves. As charming as all this sounds, Primal Rage for Game Boy doesn't quite measure up to its big brother for the Super NES. The one-player game doesn't have the intensity of the two-player matchup, because the AI is uneven. So yeah, good graphics, easy to learn and win, no enhanced Super Game Boy features, not very challenging. Yeah. Red Alarm, excellent sense of 3D, fast and challenging, lack of solid surfaces for spatial references. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that when we gave it a try. Really interesting tech, but just way too fucking hard to understand what you're doing. And then Romance of the Three Kingdoms 4, Wall of Fire. Excellent graphics and sound for this type of game. The best menu selection system from Koei to date. Complex strategies, replay value, lasting interest. But of course, the historical period may seem obscure to many Americans. You can't, chat, you can't just expect Americans to go out and learn about the history of other countries, much less China. Who would do that? Nobody. Nintendo Power, how can I make this about the Super Game Boy? Alright, so yeah. Head to head. These motherfuckers gave Killer Instinct a perfect score for graphics. I'm sorry. No. No. I don't think so. Remember the Three Kingdoms 4 had a 32 export? I will never forgive Nintendo Power for shitting on Pocky and Rocky for its themes, nor should you. Nor should you. Yeah. Everyone picked Killer Instinct because they had that gun to their heads. 4 out of 6 editors picked fucking Virtual Boy Golf. 1 picked Red Alarm. And then 3 picked Galaga Golf. Whatever, man. Fucking whatever, man. No accounting. Hey! Legend of the Mystical Ninja music. I love it. Alright, chat. With that, we have reached the end of the request phase of the magazine. Time to skim through, pack watch, and put a bow on this one. Alrighty then. What do we got to look forward to? Sports. Lost Vikings 2. That didn't happen, did it? Or did it? Did it? Or did it? Did it happen or did it happen, chat? It did happen. Okay, cool. I was completely unaware of it. Of course, I didn't play Lost Vikings until I started streaming, so. Alright, NHL 96. EA Sports comes through again. Good old EA. You can always count on EA, can't you? Now we're at the really shit period of SNES sports game. Alright. Lost Vikings 2, Eric the Swift, Olaf the Stout, and Balog the Fierce have returned, or at least we hope they will return this November, December. Interplay hasn't yet decided on a final release date for the new Vikings adventure. The finished game just arrived at the Pack Watch. And we couldn't wait to join with these 3 cool Norsemen in their latest romp. Anything new here? In Lost Vikings 2, Eric, Olaf, and Balog are joined by 2 mythical characters, a dragon and a werewolf, each with new special moves. The wolf can use his claws to climb walls. Other new features include Olaf's ability to shrink, Eric's high-jumping turbo boots, and Balog's new bionic arm. Holy shit, I want to check this out. Oh my god. Remember the recycled version of 95 with mild roster changes? The real version is now in full 3D. And EA is going to quarter-ass the N64 ports anyway because the PS1 existed. Ah, I see. I see. And then more arcade classics, Defender and Joust. Oh boy. Can't wait. Tecmo Super Bowl 3 Final Edition. Final Bolusy. Okay. Okay, I want y'all to look at the game title in the bottom left corner and tell me how long it takes you to parse that. Because that is hideous. I joke sometimes that I hate everything about something, but this is with not a hint of hyperbole. I hate I hate the font, I hate the color, I hate the alignment, I hate yes, it's Virtual League Baseball. It's perfectly here. First rendition of EA stopped giving a shit about Nintendo. It's gonna last till current day. GameCube ports are missing a ton of music. They disc size. The Wii version of recycled PS2 downports. And EA didn't support the Wii U at all in the Switch games or recycled PS3 games with roster changes. I had to remember how to read in 90s and then it was easy. A skill that many of us have just let atrophy over time. Surely. EA didn't start giving a fuck about Nintendo again until literally the Switch 2 on their sports end. What about, though, if I may, what about all the, like, unique versions and spin-offs of The Sims that ended up on GBA and DS? Like, they may very well have abandoned, they are so fascinating, aren't they? Yeah, they may very well have abandoned Nintendo for sports games, but they were putting some pretty unique stuff on a few of their systems. Hype about Lost Vikings 2, maybe Blizzard can put out a decent game again. Yes, yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Lost Vikings 2 when it shows up in the magazine, because I had forgotten it existed. I did not actually play Lost Vikings as a kid. I don't own the cartridge. But I was able to check it out once I started doing this whole Power Hours thing. It was really cool. My Sims on Wii as well. Weirdly, Mario is a playable character in a few EA Sports titles, though. NBA Street Volume 3 and a few of the SSX games. No kidding. That's really cool. Acclaim's got Demolition Man on the way. You may have forgotten about the movie by now. Demolition Man for the Super NES will be memorable. While the game began development at Virgin Interactive, Acclaim purchased the distribution rights. Add D-Man. Not sure you should go with that. Mix of awesome side-scrolling action, less exciting overhead action. That's interesting. A combination of platforming and top-down. Unfortunately, the overhead perspective levels fall short in the quality we saw in True Lies. They do recognize the majesty that True Lies achieved. The small characters move stiffly and attract video fire from every thug on or off the screen. Sometimes you have to take what you can get. And Demolition Man has enough to make it interesting. Not exactly a rousing recommendation there. There was a True Lies game, and it's actually pretty good. Did this come out Demolition Man? Let me check. Let me go to the archives and see if I've got it. Yep, I got it. Demolition Man for SNES is a thing. So yeah, hopefully it'll show up in the magazine. Hopefully we'll check it out. And then Super Return of the Jedi on Game Boy. Which is really, really weird when you think about it. Because, okay. Okay. The NES had Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. They're both pretty shitty. The original Star Wars is at least playable, but Empire is bleh. The Super NES had the full trilogy. Super Star Wars, Super Empire, Super Jedi. The Game Boy then had ports of the NES, Star Wars, and Empire, but then the SNES, Super Return of the Jedi. That's really weird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Vilharnan, tonally, it's a weird film to revisit now, and no, the video game wisely just eschews all of that, I think. Hopefully I can force you to play at some point. Sports game wise, 2005 is a real funny year. If they cover it, EA had a panic attack about Sega selling a better football game. Bought the exclusive rights to make NFL games for like ever. They're trying to give Audition an aneurysm. I mean, in my mind, NES Star Wars games, bad. Game Boy Star Wars games, bad. SNES Star Wars games, good. But they put an SNES Star Wars game on the Game Boy, and I'm like, yeah, janky but cool is a much more nuanced, even-handed way to put it, but yeah. N64 Star Wars games mostly excellent. Shadows of the Empire has its issues, but I can't help but love it. I really can't. Hang on. New Star Wars game for Game Boy Touchdown and Pack Watch with great expectations. THQ developed Super Jedi for Game Boy using basically the same levels. The obvious exception, mode 7 stages. Although the development team at Black Pearl didn't include Super Game Boy enhanced features, something of a waste when all they needed to do was put in a star field, the game still looks good. Play control suffers a little from slow reaction times. The challenge isn't nearly as great as that Super NES game, which is honestly probably a good thing. Rogue Squadron, Battle for Naboo, Pod Racing, all those games whip a ton of ass. Yeah, see, I haven't played most of those. That's going to be pretty eye-opening when we get around to those. All right, I'm just going to skim the rest of this for interesting titles. We got Urban Strike on the way, Monster Dunk, Mindscape's first game for the N64, Super Bomberman 3, remains on the edge despite its popularity. Hudson Soft is not convinced the third Super Bomberman game will sell well in the US. Jimmy Houston's Bass Tournament, Mortal Kombat 3, MechWarrior 3050, PGA Tour Invitational, Shaq Fu is back, chat, on the Game Boy. Wayne Gretzky Hockey, Batman Forever on the Game Boy. Then Titus got some more stuff coming. Prehistoric Man, Incantation, Power Pigs the Apocalypse, Wiz Realm and Oscar. Rumors of the demise of Star Fox 2 have been greatly exaggerated. Development of Nintendo sequel to the hit 3D space action game is finishing as we go to press. The big question mark is the release date. Most likely in the first half of '96, or in the case of the Americas, never. A Another delay game is Dirt Tracks FX. They did eventually get that one out. And for all of you who've been wondering what's up with Booger Man, nobody. The good news, the final version has arrived at Nintendo. The game is definitely scheduled for release this fall. Well, god damn it. MechWarrior 3050 is the weird isometric one, huh? I guess we'll have to check that out then. And with that, we've made it, chat. We've escaped. We've survived. What's coming up in Volume 77, October of 1995? Yoshi's Island, of course. As if we haven't already played enough Yoshi's Island. Secret of Evermore. As if we haven't already played enough Secret of Evermore. Batman Forever. See previous comment. But also Mega Man 7, Vertical Force, and Civilization. If you can read that weird, twisty, fucked up text there. Considering how many of these we've already played in their entirety, we may end up spending some special quality time with the likes of Mega Man 7 and Civilization. I really wouldn't mind spending more time playing SNES Civilization. I was rather fascinated by it. Though it's a Civ game, an old Civ game. It's gonna take a while to really get the pace of it, but yeah. I like how Nintendo is so fucking desperate to give away Virtual Boys at this point. Yep. Check it out. Must see 3D sweepstakes. Try it and then buy it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right over here. 250 first prizes win a complete Nintendo Virtual Boy system. Yeah, they really were just fucking shoveling them out the door. Man, that is, yep. A second Virtual Boy giveaway has hit the magazine. Countdown to never hearing about the Virtual Boy again, I guess. I suppose we're just a few issues away from it disappearing forever. Man. At least until modern day. At least until the present. So yeah. Alright, chat, we did it! We made it! We're out. Well, so if I see Nintendo spend 5 issues in a row, talk shit with the Virtual Boy. I'm wondering, chat, just a random thought that has popped into my head. Do y'all want to go ahead and pick up with Volume 77 on Saturday, or... Or do something random, something weird, something else, something console, something retro console. I wouldn't go completely far afield. But do y'all want a 1 day break from the power hours? Because we've been hitting it pretty hard lately. We've been churning through these issues on a pretty good pace. Also, I just realized the background for this coming soon page is some kind of like pre-rendered island, but it's all fucked up and weird looking. I think that ice up in the corner is supposed to spell something. Oh, it says next issue. Oh my god, it says next issue. It literally took me that long to read it. I guess that's supposed to be Yoshi's Island, but like an utterly charmless 3D rendered version of it. Fucking 90s fonts, mans. Hell of a drug. Okay, tell you what. Tomorrow night, it's Friday variety night. I still don't know what kind of variety I'm necessarily gonna have for y'all, but we'll do something tomorrow night. And then Saturday, let's do some kind of console thing. I'm not sure what exactly, but I got some ideas. We might dip back into some older NES games or something. Might dig up some imports. Might do something. Might just do something else entirely. We'll see. We'll see. But I like this. I like this. I like having a little bit of creative freedom with the upcoming streams. There'll be no stream on Sunday because I don't stream on Sunday. Monday, we're starting a new game. We're starting a proper Spooktober game. It should be extra spoopy, this one. And then, yes, we will start the next issue of Nintendo Power 1 week from tonight. Next week, next Thursday. Keep in mind, we're also gearing up for the October Community Night. We're doing that on our Discord in the Community Night channel. And we've gone ahead and booked a Friday night for the upcoming Steam Next Fest this month. I believe the 17th will be when that happens. So a lot of stuff coming up, chat. October is a big month for us. Lots of neat things going on. But for tonight, I'm gonna let y'all go. Let's see if there's anybody we can raid. Let's see if there's anybody not silk-songing at the moment. Nope. A lot of people, a lot of regulars haven't really been streaming so much lately. I wonder if they're on vacation or something. So, guess I'll let y'all go. So be it, I guess. But anyway, thank y'all so much for coming out. Thanks for joining me for the end of another issue of Nintendo Power. 76 issues we've gone through, chat. 76. We've done a lot of power, and there's even more to come. So, thanks again for coming out. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for some kind of gaming variety, as we are wont to do. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.